Alright, so I am not the biggest whatsoever. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna try this out. I'm not the biggest road course driver. Right now I am gonna be racing my G3 BMW. As you can see, I chose heavy rain. Want to see what my car looks like. We'll take this out for a spin. I already noticed, look at the water, standing water. Alright, man, alright. See how well this thing feels. Get the pit road exit, I don't care. But we'll take it out. Alright. I did a couple test laps not in the rain yet. This is my first. Oh. I took a couple test laps to try to get back into these cars because I don't race. I race more ovals, as you can tell. But I wanted to see. Oh man, hear it. I wonder if do I have rain tires on? I should tell you that. There we go. See, this is wet. I mean, there's just puddles everywhere. You can hear it. Maybe I shouldn't have started with it like fully wet. But maybe I should have started with light rain or something. I don't know. This is ridiculous. Oh man, it's starting to overdrive right there, oversteer. Coming off of it. Barely get on the throttle. Oh, in it, going sideways, trying to brake. There is no braking zone. Alright, yeah. Alright, well this part should be semi good, and then we got the high banking here. But when we get on the straightaway, that's where we're gonna see. If you look, I mean, look at the rear, you can see out of the back mirror at the top, see the water spray going everywhere. Windshield wipers doing its best to keep up. I'm gonna brake early here. Normally brake after the 2, but I'm gonna brake now just to see what it's like to hit this bus stop. And I lose everything at hydroplaning. I don't even know if I have rain tires on. Because I don't know if it's just too much rain. But yeah, that's just. Oh man. Lobbies during rain time is going to be killer. I mean, if they use this for the official lobbies, I'm not sure how they're going to implement it. But if they use this system as the new Tempest weather system instead of an ideal weather system in official lobbies, good God, these people are gonna die. There's gonna be so many people getting IRs, getting their safety rating just destroyed. I'm coming in just to ensure I got wet tires on. I don't know. I'm gonna try this again. Sure, I have wet tires on. I know I have the wet setup on. A pit crew out there is sporting a still horse racing. Alright. Once again, I don't care about pit road exit here. Go back out here and get back on the track right away. She's acting the same way as last time. Maybe a little bit better. Still a little squirrely. I got no braking right there in the water. the puddles. Gotta really catch these things. It just pushes me out. I can't really get to the inside of that corner. Crazy. Where am I? Maybe this help drop down my force feet back, make it a little bit tighter for me. Not as loosey-goosey. Trying to get back in the throttle, it just wants to come around. My frames are, I know I'm streaming right now, but the frames are getting it at 95 from 120 where I kind of wanted to be. And this is a solo test, there's nobody. Just wanted to go around on me, didn't want to let me do it. Kind of ease back into it, let's hurry up back and get on the banking here, where it should be a little bit better. All the water drains down. Let's go ahead and show relative. Show standings. Yeah. I got a yield time here for cutting the bus stop there. There's my AI driver. He's gonna talk. He's got the most idealistic line, and I couldn't even make that turn. You just hear the back tires spinning trying to get traction. Get rid of black flag. Clear penalties there. Oh look, now I don't have a black flag for messing up and cutting the course. Oh man. Yeah, I think maybe I should have done light rain. But I mean, you can see the visual effects here that this thing is having. It is ridiculous. I do not I mean, this puddles is everywhere. Yeah, if this Tempest weather system gets to officials to try and do this, and it's a heavy downpour wherever in the world, if it's a Daytona and a rain shower actually hits over, all these guys are doing officials at Daytona, man, they are going to be screwed. I would not want to be in that lobby. I could slow down again. Better break it to the floor. Now in time I really cut it. So stop though. Go to the high side up here where there should be no water whatsoever. Maybe coming out from the safer barrier there's probably some water. The only thing they don't get right is I don't feel like you should have some type of water creeping out from the safer barriers on the outside. I think that would make it just a little bit more realistic. But normally I'd brake way up there. I'm gonna brake early, see if I can actually make this corner. Hydroplane, and turned. Yeah, like man. Hit that puddle, hit that puddle. But I really like it. So, I mean, like, it shows what your, a new timeline of events. I saw it last night in my league race. We have a timeline of events now, which is awesome. for the weather system. Uh, it doesn't tell you what, it doesn't relate to the track temperature, it does for the air temperature. And last night I saw the air temperature dropping as the race progressed. And as it does that, the track cooled off. We started out in practice, I think the air temperature was about 79 or 80. And as we got to the end of the race, it was probably about 73, 74. And but the track temp dropped all the way down to 87, so it went from 121 whenever I joined practice all the way down to 87 degrees. So I mean, you're able to see the progression of it now, which is kind of nice to kind of see what what's in store for you for the race. Is the is the air temperature supposed to get? Yeah, I can't turn again. Is the air temperature supposed to be getting hotter, or colder, staying the same? I mean, that kind of helps us as drivers to figure out how the track's going to change throughout the race. Just those little small things that kind of change everything up. That do it. Oh, let me slow down a little bit. I gave a. Alright, pretty good. Give up some time back for cutting the course again. But it's just the small things. Like I have it set for a static temperature basically, and static rain, so it's going to be just heavy downpour. Alright, well, we've seen this. Alright, bear with me, I'll talk with you. You won't be able to see anything. Your screen's going to go black if anybody's watching. We'll take a little. Let's look here. I'll do one. Open it up for everybody. Oh, yeah, we don't want to see that lap. Let's go to the next one. There we go. One where I didn't die as much. I just hung on to it right here. Able to recover. But I mean, I love the visualness. Like, imagine a pack of like 10, 15 cars all close together right there, and just that that spray just coming off the back, just making it impossible to see. It would be amazing. There's an easier car, this GT3 Mustang, or the BMW here. It's a mild handling car. It doesn't have as much power as the one with the LMP2 here. Kind of show off to see, but I mean, BMW's doing a pretty good job of showing it off. I see the standing puddles on what I'm facing. They have to hit it, go through it. But right here up against the wall, you don't see anything coming out of the safer barriers. If you ever watched a NASCAR race, when it rains, you're going to see stuff coming out of that whenever the track is dry. You're going to see water and moisture pooling from the safer barriers. It's just one of those tiny grain of thoughts that you kind of look at for realism. They don't have, like, it hits some type of puddles all throughout that. It can never make the bus stop here. But that's what it looks like. Full rain. I'm gonna restart the simulator here. See what is like. Change the timeline editor. Timeline. Change it from heavy rain. We'll light rain. Timeline. Test drive. Slowly booting up. And already 80%. And we're back in. So as you can see, it's trying to load the light rain here. That dry, fly. I want to make sure I do have wet tires. Wet. Fly again. All right, so now you see the difference. I mean, this one is not as bad. You see a little puddling here and there. I guess I'll do the right thing and go actually stay on the pit lane here. I'll speed off. But I mean, you see there's light rain, little puddles, not as bad at all as the heavy rain that I put it on. So you got 3 settings for rain now. If you want to put it together, you have heavy rain and light rain. So I chose light rain this time. Just kind of get a mix of it. Hit the curb, there's water on the curb, so I mean, this is things that you're going to have to look out for train now. I mean, everybody tries to do it in either hot and good track conditions to ensure that throughout a race, and I died. I have to restart on that one. You know, beforehand, you know, you're ready for a 24-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour event. Like, you go for the hot weather, the warm weather, the weather that's going to be the most prime, optimal for you to go across it. And then you train at nighttime, which, you know, is going to have the coolest tracks. Well, now you're going to have to throw in a curveball. I mean, you're going to have to throw in training on how to drive like this, because you don't know in that weekend, will it have this type of weather? So, I mean, that's endurance races are going to be wild to actually have to do, because who knows, during your time slot, will it rain? If so, how much? Will it be a light rain shower with a small coating? Will it come out and then go away? And I mean, these are actual additional extra pit stops, because if it was clear and cloudy whenever you pitted and swapped out, and then say 5 to 10 minutes into it, the rain shower comes. You got to play the gamble. How long is this rain shower going to come? It comes in the spotters. The spotter's going to have to tell the driver, like, hey, this thing's going to last probably a good 15, 20 minutes. They'll probably, you know, behoove you, know, my military friends know about that, behoove you to come in and get some rain tires and wet tires. And yeah, you're going to be able to go out there and have to make that extra pit stop that you were looking forward to, because everybody does their calculations based on how many laps, how long does it take for each lap, and how many laps is each driver going to take. So, you know, the fuel calculations are always going out there to see what it's going to be like, see how long each person's stint for that endurance race is going to be. So, rain's going to throw a curveball in there, because if you got to come in and get tires, you'll get more fuel. If it happens in the middle of a stint, I mean, that's going to kind of upset the stint. You're going to have to kind of keep that updated chart, however you're doing that, and keep all the other drivers on the team updated of when they're going to actually start and stop, because you don't want to give up time coming in the middle of a fuel run when you can maximize and go to the end of the fuel run, because the more times you exchange outs, the more times you're going to have to waste, because I think it's an extra 20-30 seconds for a driver swap. So things you gotta think about now in endurance races here on iRacing. It's not just as simple as just hopping and going, and if your car doesn't break, there's nothing extra. You're running your suboptimal times, you know, within a couple seconds of each other. You know, roughly about how long it's going to take for each driver, how long they're going to drive for, and you kind of plan ahead. Small adjustments are going to be necessary throughout the endurance race, but rain can throw a huge curveball into it. Huge. So this is much nicer. I mean, you still have to plan everything a little bit more cautiously, but it's a lot easier to drive than the heavy rain. I mean, my rear end just kind of buckled out right there. but you're able to actually kind of run your course still with it. You just got to be more cautious. Oh man, I didn't know how this was going to work with the windshield wipers, but Daytona's a huge track. It's a huge track. So it could be raining on one side, not raining on the other one, since I have it on light rain. So when it wasn't raining right there, windshield wipers stopped. So I didn't know if that was going to be an automatic thing that happened, or if that's going to be a manual thing that I'm doing. I mean, I haven't done it since I haven't started it since I got in the car. But I mean, it could be a thing that's going to happen. It could be a manual trigger. I'm glad it's automatic, but I have to look down and try to figure out and map a new button for windshield wipers. So luckily I don't have to do that. And then so like here I'm trying to fight and it's oversteer going into it. Not too badly. I think this is going to usher in a whole different dynamic of this place for iRacing. Like, not just Daytona, but any other place that they already have the Tempest rain system implemented in, and the cars. It's going to really challenge that series more than ever now. Now I just need to get it where get on some oval tracks that cars like the Indy cars and F1 cars and run it. I'd like to see that happen because they have really good rain tires for those cars to be able to run. Saw just a second ago my optimal fastest time car. He was already in the middle 3 and 4 before he even hit the bus stop. But I mean, this is very manageable. I mean, light rain shows that I like it. It's not constant. It's sporadic. So right now I'm not in the rain, but the track is still wet. About the whole entire thing. So it's just going to be off and on rain. Make it challenging. I really wants to be slowed all the way down. More comfortable with this car as we go on. Like I said, I am not a road racer whatsoever. I'm mediocre at best. I don't really run oval races unless it's Daytona 24 Rolex or the Rolex 24 at Daytona. That's kind of what I really like to do. That's why I chose this track to show it off, because I'm the most comfortable here. So you're able to see what it is like here on my wonderful lunch break. We got standing water everywhere, so I mean, it's been a lap and a half since I had actual rain, but you'll see the standing water. See some dry spots there on the bottom side here. You kind of start seeing a little bit more of discoloration on the bottom, where it goes from dark to light, so that means the track's drying. You can see the top right corner of the track up there. It's starting to dry too. So right up here against the wall, it is drying out. got it set for this whole entire thing. It's supposed to be light rain throughout this whole entire session, but it's nice to see a little bit of a break and not just heavy rain. This is my wonderful Dre spotter. Full application I really like. Guy that has this, he is always trying to plug in and create new features. Got a new tire wear feature just on. I have to do some testing on, see how that's supposed to work out. But I mean, it's amazing what he's got done so far. As you can tell, I mean, you can see some light areas, dark areas still. Track is trying to dry up. Up against the wall up here. Wonder at what point of dryness will it be before I don't have a kind of trail behind me. Just a little bit deeper. Oh, there goes the rain again. I thought I was gonna get a little bit drier track, but rain says nope. You had enough. I mean, it shows this right here is kind of dry already right here. I still got a huge misting behind me going on. Alright, likes the data. So we get about 30 laps a tank here. So that's what you got to look at whenever you're doing endurance races or longer races. You look at your fuel mileage, which then tells you, okay, well, I can do about 30 laps, and we have what? Pretty slow right now, 2:01. I think we normally do like 1 minute 50-ish here, so 55. And then on the car, the driver, the weather, you can get down that pretty good. I think it's a good thing. I'll get out of the car here in a second, kind of run a lap here after I get done with this one and kind of show you what it looks like from the exterior. Really want to take a shortcut like this. Oh, I hit a big puddle. They didn't like me going that fast. They had a big puddle. So huge difference from last time we're watching. Got not that much per lap. There we go. rain coming down now. And there's little puddles here and there that you can see, but not as much as the heavy rain. Heavy rain, there's just puddles everywhere. I mean, you're gonna be skating on, basically it's like ice. I mean, getting the hydroplaning. The hardest part is want to maximize the corners by hitting these turns and hitting the curbs. But those curbs right there, I mean, you can see how the water is just pulling up on them. And if you hit those, I mean, just hydroplane city. You got some puddles right there. That's the hardest part, is training your mind not to go as far as you want to, or on the inside want to. Like I said, I believe iRacing did a good job so far, just on my initial testing here. Great camera. Nothing. Why would you have that camera view back straight away? A little bit more bigger view. Kind of gets a more of a wide angle, large, goes away from the car, so you see a lot more of the track and the end, how the puddles are. What happens? Like a puddle or something. Yes. We have some racing service. Destroys your car. Go it off.